Hey, what's going on, guys? So my name is Ipe. I've been making money on the internet since 2014. So over the last 8 years, I've studied a lot of different online business models. And today I want to talk to you guys about the reason why rank and rent, this business model, is one of the most long-lasting, most sustainable way to make money on the internet is because it has barrier to entry. So when you get into business for yourself, you don't want to get into a business where it's so easy that anybody can start right away and jump in and compete with you. And that's the problem I see with a lot of other online business models like affiliate marketing, even drop shipping, and a lot of e-commerce models that leverages like paid traffic, and you can find suppliers for your physical product or affiliate where anyone can grab a link. First of all, you're now opening yourself up to global competition. The internet is a blessing because it allows anybody with an internet connection with a laptop to connect online and find different marketplaces and sell your goods and services, right? Which is amazing. But if you're a business owner, you have to be very careful which business opportunities you go after, because if you're getting into a business with global competition, you're going to have a very, very difficult time competing. The reason why a lot of the online business models I'm not a huge fan of is because it's just too easy. The barrier to entry is too low, too easy for anybody to duplicate and do. As a newbie, I know it is alluring to find these business opportunities where they make it sound like anybody can just come in and duplicate their model and find success. But this is because you do not have business experience. You do not understand what makes a business sustainable long term. So for a newbie with no business acumen, these kind of opportunities sound very, very promising, very, very attractive. But as somebody that's been there, done it, and as somebody that's had some business experience over the last 8 years now, these are the exact opportunities you want to stay away from. Because if it's a business opportunity that's too easy for anybody to duplicate, it is a business opportunity that is going to get saturated very, very rapidly. And now the reason why I like rank and rent a lot is because it has barrier to entry. Well, at least perceived barrier to entry. So let me just quickly explain what those are. First of all, ranking a website in Google is not as easy as running paid traffic. Ranking in Google means you need to understand how the search engine works. You need to understand how backlinking and content works. And it's not an exact science. There's an art to it. It's constantly changing as well. So Google doesn't want you to know how to exactly game their system and rank websites in Google. Google wants you to be clueless so that you are having to buy their AdWords. So ranking in Google in of itself is a skill set that is a lot more difficult to master than pretty much majority of all the other ways to generate traffic online, such as running paid traffic or even creating video content. You can see it with a lot of other online business models, such as Amazon FBA, drop shipping, a lot of other e-commerce business models where the coach never shows their own business, right? Because if they show what their product was or what their store was, then other students can copy what they're doing and try to compete. They're so reliant on just running paid traffic. And the problem with paid traffic is that anybody with a debit card or a credit card can put it on file and start competing with that paid traffic. However, the big difference with what I do, why I'm so confident about what I'm doing, local lead generation, or my ability to rank websites, is that I show you guys my sites, my local lead gen site. For example, my tree care site in Grand Rapids, Michigan. It's called grandrapidstree.com. And the reason why I'm able to show that and not be worried that anyone's going to duplicate or try to copy and try to take customers from me is that I have far superior skills when it comes to ranking a website in Google, which means that I'm not afraid of showing you guys some of my lead gen properties, because you guys will not be able to just come in and outrank me. And also with organic, again, it takes some time. It's going to take some work. It's going to take some effort. And that work and some effort and that time keeps a lot of people out. And also the skill aspect of ranking websites in Google, people are not going to just easily be able to jump in and be able to outrank my websites. So this, again, is another barrier to entry with the rank and rent business model is that there's a higher level of skill required to rank websites in Google, which keeps a lot of the newbies out, a lot of the tire kickers out, a lot of the people that are not serious out of our business. Another barrier to entry in the rank and rent business is the fact that you still have to deal with small business owners. You have to talk to them, you have to form relationships, you have to strike deals. And right away, this puts a lot of people off, especially people that are from overseas or people where the English is not their first language. So India, Philippines, and China. And a lot of these countries will participate in affiliate marketing, which you don't have to talk to anybody. You just need a link, right? Which is what causes affiliate marketing to be so saturated because you're dealing with global competition. So I love that about local lead gen or rank and rent is that right away, the fact that you have to deal with small business owners, it keeps a lot of those people out. Now, this to me was at first something that really kind of made me nervous about rank and rent because I didn't have any sales experience. But if you understand how to generate leads for free and you're able to provide free leads to business owners in advance before you even talk to them, it becomes a lot easier to talk to any business owner out there because you already provided them free results in advance. So this is something that we teach in our program, and it makes it where people with no sales background can strike conversations with these business owners, and these business owners are happy to talk to you because you already sent them free leads. So again, we have workaround around that, but it's still a perceived barrier to entry. It keeps a lot of people out. Now, another factor that keeps people out of rank and rent is the fact that ranking a website does take some time. It can take anywhere from 6 weeks to 3 months typically. And there's a lot of people out there that are trying to make money as quickly as possible. And those are people that tend to have what's called shiny object syndrome. They don't have much confidence in themselves and they don't have much patience. So when they see that a business model is not working after putting in 3-4 weeks, they're already willing to throw in the towel. This is due to the fact that most people come into online business opportunities with an employee mindset. So they believe that if they put in 10 hours worth of work, they should at least be getting paid some dollars. But in entrepreneurship, this is not how things work. All that matters is the results you produce at the end of the day. So if your websites are not generating leads, you're not going to get paid. But the great thing is once you understand the power of leveraging digital assets and ranking them to the top of Google, you have assets that can go to work for you day in and day out. So initially you might be putting in a lot of hours to try to get this business model to work. But once you got this business model to work, you're talking about a digital asset that can pay you month in and month out for years and years to come without you having to put any more time into it. So but the relation between time input and the cash output is sort of inverse compared to working a 9 to 5. There's a lot of these mental shifts that one must go through when transitioning from a 9 to 5 employee to running a business, such as leveraging digital assets to create income. There is a transitionary period where it will feel like you're putting in more work with little output. But if you stick with it, at least for the next 3-4 months, I promise you, you will start getting results. And once you start getting results, there's no going back. There's nothing like being able to create assets that can make money on your behalf while you're not working. So if you like what you've heard, I believe local lead generation has a lot more of these perceived barrier to entry that keeps a lot of people out. Not to mention that, there's 550,000 cities in the US alone that our students can get into. In each city, there's 50 different niches that we can get into, which causes our business model to not be saturated anytime soon. You can't say the same for e-commerce, dropshipping, affiliate marketing. So in my opinion, rank and rent, aka local lead generation business model, is still by far the most doable business model for most people. I have a link in the description for our coaching program. We have over 7,000 students, and it is, in my opinion, one of the best programs out there. It is a program that I joined back in 2014 to change my life. And yeah, I have a webinar on the next page as well when you opt in. And this is a webinar that I personally spent a lot of time and money into producing, and it will answer any questions that you may have about this business model. And so I hope to see you guys on the next page. Talk to you guys soon.